Hello, I'm Peter Towers. Welcome to Accountant's Minute. Government grants. We started a series a few weeks ago on resolutions 2018 for accountants. This is another one of those resolutions, government grants. Do you know there are billions of dollars annually allocated for government grants in Australia by the federal, state and territory governments? Your clients are all paying into a gigantic pool called government grants. Are they receiving their fair share of those grants, which after all they are paying via their taxation? I want to share with you a testimonial on ESS Biz Grants written by David Smith, a former president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Australia, Managing Director of Smith Inc. Proprietary Limited, and the founder and inspirator of the Australian Technology Showcase for Accountants. David said, "This is a tool that should reside in every accountant's office. ESS Biz Grants has done the hard work in bringing together all of this information in an easy-to-use application." And the easy-to-use application, as stated by David Smith, is complete the client profile. Takes about 3 or 4 minutes. And you can save that profile information until the next year, maybe only do a slight edit. And the information that we're going to collect there is the name of the client, the type of entity, because the type of entity is very important when it comes to government grants, location, and the ATO's business industry code. The system will then search the grants to see what grants are available that fit the profile of your client, the business industry code, and the location of the business. And obviously a few other things like turnover, number of employees, years in business, which are all being collected in the client profile. The system will then give you a review of grants that have been identified that your client could be eligible for. So we are able to show you the funding that's available on a particular grant, up to $20,000, up to $1 million or whatever, and also the grant percentage, which these days is normally 50%, but in some cases can be a little bit higher. You'll then be able to access a paper which we have written, which explains how this particular grant operates. And there is another form which is the application requirements, which summarises all of the information that will be required by either you or your client to complete a grant application. And if you're happy with the process so far, you can then go to additional criteria, which then is summarising some supplementary questions to really ensure that we're able to narrow down, like going down a funnel, to ensure that your client is potentially eligible for this grant. That summary of potential eligible grants will then be prepared. You can then select to print the report, and the report will be printed with your client's name, your name, the date of the report, and the report will include a précis on each of the grants that's been selected that your client might be interested in. Our suggestion is you undertake this process every year as part of the annual accounts preparation. And when the client comes in for a discussion with you on their financial performance, you are able in a very proactive manner to be able to indicate to the client that you've identified that the client could be eligible to apply for some government grants. One of the biggest criticisms I receive from small medium enterprises is that they were unaware of grants, and they get very peeved when they find out that one of their competitors has received a government grant. And when I inquire, who do you think should have kept you informed of a government grant? Invariably the answer is my accountant. If my accountant is servicing me as a trusted advisor, I think they should be telling me about government grants, is a typical response. If you want to read some additional information, please click onto the grants information, and that will take you through to the process of being able to give you some more detailed information of how ESS Biz Grants operates. We are presenting a special webinar on government grants and how ESS Biz Grants can assist your client to identify government grants on Tuesday 27th of February, commencing at 11:30 a.m. AEST. Please go to our website to register. We look forward to talking to you at that time, and I look forward to welcoming you and your colleagues as subscribers to the total ESS BizTools products or just ESS Biz Grants if that's what you elect to do. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.